Yeah, I would say it would be applying late would not be a good thing to do, especially as Karen emphasizes, because the university needs time to print the I-20 and you need time to get the visa. So that's not a good way to proceed. Definitely, you want to correct your spelling errors and grammar errors. And definitely, as Karen says, not to use AI to write your personal statement, but definitely have do whatever you need to get your language clean and free of spelling and grammar errors. Sometimes it's easy to cut and paste applications from one school to the next. Certainly, some of the themes that you will have in your personal statement will be ones that you will use in multiple applications, but you want to read it over every time and make sure there's not a reference to another school in your personal statement. So back to personal statements a little bit. Of course, we do want to know why you're interested in an LLM degree in the United States, if you can, and you know us well enough to cite a sincere connection to the programs that we offer and why you're interested in them. That's great. But you just want to make sure that if you're doing that, make sure it's specific to Case Western Reserve University when you do that. Thanks.
Thank you. Karen?
Yes, well, definitely spelling and grammar errors. In this day and age, there should be minimal, if any, and really there should not be any spelling errors or grammar errors in your personal statement. Also, and I don't know that we've mentioned this on this call, so I will be sure to mention that you should also, with your personal statement, first of all, you should have read it over at least a dozen times yourself. But I would also ask someone close to you to read it as well, or maybe a couple of people, just to see how it hits them, and also so that they might catch some things that you might not catch. So it's just very important to take care with that, because the personal statement really is important, and especially if you feel that your performance in your previous program is not as strong as it should be or could be, then your personal statement really, really can help. The other thing I want to mention is, as far as the application process, yes, early, thank you, Liz, for reiterating that again. But also, it's really important that you take care in how you deal with every person in this entire process. And what I mean by that is, you might feel, oh, well, I'm just applying, or oh, I'm just calling to ask a question, or oh, I'm just submitting this, but oh, I'll just do it late. It's okay. Everything that you do on the road to starting your LLM program is going to impact, or has the potential of impacting, whether or not you're accepted into a program and how well you do in that program. So you might encounter individuals, like within my office at University of Houston Law Center, within the Global and Graduate Programs team. Maybe you submit a question via email. Well, you want to make sure that your question is well stated, that it's succinct, that it's to the point, that it's well written, because the people that are receiving those questions by telephone, by email, that you're interacting with in person, whether they're professors or administrative staff, they're involved in this process and can have a direct impact on whether or not you're accepted to that program. You might not be aware of that, but I am letting you know this has definitely come up in the past, where we've had some interactions with individuals, and we had to step back and say, is this someone we want in our program? And is this someone that we feel will be successful? And the last point I'll make on this, and again, when I teach, I tell people if I'm talking over and over about something, it's because it's important. But the other point is that if you are, if you're not sure about something or how to handle a particular, you're given directions on something, then it's really important that you handle all of that professionally, because law school in the US is not a typical graduate school, it is a professional school. And so we're assessing applicants on whether or not they can be successful in a professional school environment, because the role of law school is to prepare professionals. And so that is always the lens that we're viewing you through.
I just want to add one thing that, it's really important once you start the application process to be constantly checking your email if that's the portal that you're communicating with. So don't make the mistake of only checking in every 2 or 3 weeks. Definitely, we feel compelled to help the people who stay in contact with us. So I would say definitely watch your email. That may not be, you might be texting more than email, but maybe when you're doing these applications, definitely check in. And at some point, we're going to be only communicating to you through the Case Western Reserve email address. And we'll let you know when that is after you've enrolled, but it's really important to be watching that. Every day isn't too often. So
that's a very good point. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Liz. That is equally important at University of Houston Law Center. Yes, thanks for mentioning that.